Hi, I'm Stacey Hyde, and I'm back for another episode of Better Financial Health in 15 minutes or less. And this is episode 100. And so I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about why we decided to start a podcast to begin with, why we publish once a week, and what we're hoping that you take away from this. We are a boutique financial planning firm located in Memphis, Tennessee. We have clients across the country. But our version of financial planning, we can't offer our services to everyone because we are fee only. We don't accept commissions or sell products, we sell advice. And that means that oftentimes we're not affordable, or people just getting started are not necessarily a fit for our practice. But in my experience being out there working as a financial planner, for many years. I'm not going to exactly say how many, but a lot. And I've seen people make the same mistakes repeatedly. And so what I'm trying to do with this podcast is to try to help people that are just starting out, start on the right path, make good choices, and also those who are maybe further along kind of understand that, yeah, okay, I've always thought that but didn't know why. Here's why. And then I'm also trying to, on an occasion, do more universal things. In the next month or so, Medicare open enrollment's opening up. I will touch on that again. I think that's an important topic, and there are great tools available online, but not all seniors, many of them are not super computer savvy or nervous about getting on there. And I think that my target audience for this can use those to help their parents, grandparents, friends, co-workers to better take advantage of that. So what we're really trying to do with this is really offer unbiased, we're not trying to sell you anything, just to really help you understand what it means to have better financial health, the steps you can take, the trade-offs, what's non-negotiable. I've said it a million times. I said it on last week's podcast. Having an emergency fund, that is something that is just, I will never stop harping on that because I think it's so important. Having a savings account that's in cash, it's not in your employer stock, it's not a 401k loan, it's cash money. I think things like that are super important. Setting aside some money for the future, that's important. But I also think it's important to find that balance between helping out, giving to charity, spending time with family and friends, taking trips, getting together, spending on experiences are important. I think that's all what goes into it. And what I'm trying to help people do is on the long arc of your life to make better decisions today, because we can't know the future. We won't know the future. But if you look at what's available and you make the next best decision you can, and then you go on, you live your life, you get to another inflection point, maybe it's you've changed employers and you're trying to figure out what to do, and you look to see what's the best decision I can make now, or you get married or you have kids, what's the best decision I can make today? And you go on. And sometimes you won't make the optimal decision. And guess what? That's okay. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to matter. What is going to matter and what can really add up over time is being intentional. Paying attention to where you're spending your money, because that says a lot about things that you value. And you want to make sure that your use of money dovetails and helps you further along the things that you value. If you say that you value your family over everything and giving money to charity, but yet if we look at your spending, you're shopping, eating out, going to bars, and you're not doing anything over here because you've got all this credit card debt from here, I would say you're not living in alignment with your values. It's not to say if you want the fancy purse or the fancy car that you can't have it. You just need to make sure that you can also fund the things that you've said are most important to you. And so that's what we're trying to do with this podcast, is really just offer a way to get you to think for a few minutes each week about, how am I spending my money? How are we doing this? How am I working with my partner to help us reach our shared goals as well as our individual ones? And so I've said this before, if you have an idea for a podcast, please let us know. You can send it to us at info@envision, ENVISIONFPTN.com. We'd love to get those, and we will definitely work it into one of our next few episodes. Thanks again for tuning in. For those who've been with us from the beginning, bless you. You're a very small crew, but we hope that more of us will join as we continue along. Thanks again. I'm Stacey Hyde with Better Financial Health in 15 minutes or less.